Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and for the first time in a very long time we're going to do a wrap up, and this is just for October. I have read more things than this since the last time I did a wrap up, but I thought let's just do it 1 month at a time, otherwise I will become very overwhelmed. And I will say this was definitely one of my best reading months so far this year. I read a lot more than I thought I was going to, and I enjoyed quite a lot of the things that I managed to read as well, which is always the point of reading in my opinion. So in the month of October I took part in Spookopoly-thon, which was hosted by Becca and the Books. She usually does a bookopoly, but this year it was Spookopoly because it was in October, and I really enjoyed it, and I found the whole spinning the wheel, not knowing what prompt I was going to do next, really engaging for my reading, as I just wanted to roll again, and I thought that was really good. So I feel like that's partly why I read a lot. I also got through 2 books for It's All About Fantasy and a review copy. So let's just dive on in to the books that I managed to finish in the month of October, with the first one being The Doy of Blood by S.T. Gibson. This is a book based on Constanta, I think I'm saying that right, who was Dracula's first wife, apparently. So this is from her point of view. It isn't specifically said that he is Dracula, the male that is followed in this story, but that's the idea that we get. Constanta is found by Dracula right at the start of the book, when she is lying dying after her village has been invaded, and he saves her life by making her undead. And I really enjoyed this from the point of view that it is essentially written in a diary format. I gave this book 4 stars. I liked the writing style. There's a lot more romance in it than I thought there would be. I don't know what made me think there wouldn't be romance, but I didn't expect it as much as there was in this. But overall, I did enjoy the story. I enjoyed seeing the dynamics throughout it between Constanta and the following characters that get introduced into this strange little family. And I enjoy watching her almost grow a backbone to be able to stand up for herself and say what she actually wants. The ending of this book was not what I thought it was going to be at all. But I did enjoy it as a whole. Like I said, romance, not so much for me, but otherwise I enjoyed it. It was good, and it's crossed off one of my subscription box books that I have been reading, so I'm glad that I have managed to do that. The next book that I managed to finish was Every Exquisite Thing by Laura Stephen. I gave this 5 stars. This book was incredible. I have seen some reviews of it from other people, and I can understand why other people have not given it 5 stars, but it just really resonated with me, so that is the whole point of 5 stars. 5 stars are for the books that we love and that really resonate, and this one definitely did that. This has a lot of trigger warnings in it, which I'm going to read off the front without trying to remember them, because I will get them wrong if I try to remember them. The content warnings for this is disordered eating, parental addiction, emotional abuse, animal death, body horror, disfigurement, violence, suicide threats, and death. And we are following our main character, Penny Paxton, as she attends the incredible Dorian Drama Academy, following in the footsteps of her famous mother, Peggy Paxton. Now, Penny seems to put a lot of pressure on herself to be perfect, to be thin, to be beautiful. And what I really enjoyed about this book is the fact that it really honed in showing ways that things our parents say really pass down to us. There is a relationship obviously between Penny and her mother Peggy, and there are things that Peggy says or does that really stick with Penny as she is trying to kind of navigate a new school and trying to become her own person, and instead of just being Peggy's daughter, she wants to be Penny. I thought it was done really, really well. I really enjoyed it. Obviously check out all the content warnings if this is something that would affect you, because there are quite a few. But I thought it was tastefully done, and I just really enjoyed the story and the like fantastical element as well. I know the ending kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, but it was the overall feeling of the whole book, which is why I gave this 5 stars and just really liked it. I now need to check out the other book that she's written, which I believe is The Deathless Girls Society. So I'm looking forward to doing that at some point. Next, I'm going to talk about this as a full. So this was So this was the pick for It's All About Fantasy that I hosted with the lovely Lisa. The Twitter is always linked down below. Make sure you go and check it out. And we read the final 2 books over September and October, which were No Place for Peace and Where Heroes Are Born. And I gave both of those 3 stars. I really enjoyed the character development that continued on through this. If you want a full spoilery breakdown of our thoughts of these books, I will link it up here for you. We did a live on my channel. It was really good. It went on for over an hour because we were talking about 2 books, but we were very in-depth with our reviews. I liked the character arcs over the final 2 books. I really enjoyed them. I liked the writing more in the final book because the final book is in multiple points of view rather than just in 1 or 2 characters' heads, which for me works best. It's what keeps me entertained, keeps me engaged. We're flipping between people and I read faster through people that I don't particularly want to hear from to get back to the characters that I want to hear from, if that makes sense. That's just me as a reader. So I really enjoyed that element in the 3rd book. I can't tell you a lot about them because it'll spoil the books from, well, all of them actually. It'll spoil the ending of the 1st and then carrying on. But I did enjoy it, and I am glad that I still own this very pretty edition. And then I also read the prequel novella for this, which is called A Dagger in the Dark, and that is following our one of the characters called Roscoe, and it's his origin story. And I don't want to say too much because he also features in the books and I don't want to spoil that, but it was really good. It was really good. I gave that one 4 stars. That was my favourite of all 4 of the books. The writing had progressed, the character was one of my favourites, so that kind of gave it an unfair advantage, and I just really enjoy like an origin story. I don't know what it is about it, but I really enjoyed that. So we finished that series. We are reading A Study in Drowning in this month, and then in December we're taking a break and we'll be back in January 2024, which is absolutely bonkers. Then I read a review copy, which was Vert by Jeff Noon. I gave this 4 stars. This is mental. The whole thing, just mental. So this is set in almost like a dystopian version of Manchester, and we are following the main character, Scribble, who is searching for his sister who he lost in the Vert. So in this world you can take feathers, which are drugs. Different colours mean different things, and some of them are illegal because that is just how drugs are even in this world. So Scribble sets out to find his sister, and he lost his sister in a yellow feather, so he is on the hunt for another yellow feather. This is confusing. It is written from Scribble's perspective. He is writing this book 20-something years after everything has happened, so it flows but in a very strange way, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really good. There is some incest in this, which just, I would say be aware of that going in, because I wasn't, and it kind of shocks me a little bit. But otherwise, this was really good, and I really enjoyed it, and I liked the twisty-turny-ness of it. So definitely want to check out. I am waiting for a review copy of, I think it's Gog and Mog, which is written by Jeff Noon and another author whose name is currently escaping me, to review. So I'm hoping that that's also going to be really cool. This edition as well is available now to buy. I was sent this by Angry Robot Books, so thank you very much, Caroline, for sending me a copy of this. You can purchase this now. Yeah, go check it out. It's definitely one to try. It's sci-fi as I had never really read it. And then the final book that I managed to read in the month of October was Down Below Beyond, which I will put here for you, which is a T.A. Bruno book, which is the 4th book that I've read from him, because I've read his A Song of Kumaria trilogy already, and I really enjoyed that. I gave Down Below Beyond a 4 star. I did really enjoy it. This is a standalone book following our main character, Livort Atra, who makes his money scavenging on other planets and selling what he finds back to different dealerships. When he finds his most recent claim, he gets himself into a bit of bother because he puts a big target on his back, and the story kind of develops from there. This world is full, it is rich, it is beautifully written, as are all of T.A. Bruno's books. I highly recommend it. It is something it is really a skill to be able to write a standalone that well. It was engaging, the audiobook was great, which is what I listened to, and I just think it is one that you can easily fall into. It's nice and easy sci-fi in the sense that there's not a lot of math or overly complicated science involved in it, and I like a character driven and beautiful world to read from, so that is all of the boxes that TA Bruno ticks as always. So those are all of the books that I managed to read in the month of October. I had a really good reading month. I don't think November's going to be half as good, even though I'm doing Clear Your Shit this month, and I was kind of hoping it would be better than it is, but what can you do? So that is everything for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below of something that you read in October that you really enjoyed. If you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me any sci-fi emojis, alien spaceships, anything like that. And if you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing down below and ringing that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. I'm trying to come back on a Monday and a Thursday, so be sure to stick around for more bookish content from me. But otherwise, that is everything for today's video. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.